Hi everybody. Um, One of the things that I really enjoy to do is recording, recording my voice and speaking as much as I can. I think is a good way to improve our speaking, and that is actually what I'm doing right now. I believe that if you keep going working on your speaking as much as you can, finally you are going to become a fluent speaker in English. So that is what I'm doing. But today I want to tell you what kinds of practice I do on a daily basis. Right now I was playing basketball. I just stopped to play basketball. Um, and I'm here because I always try to improve my speaking. So when you record your voice, when you record a video and try to speak, try to you know to speak about something particularly, you choose a topic and you started to speak, just speaking. So that is what I used to do. And I was just playing basketball, and before to come back to my house, I want to make this record. And I'm going to tell you what I like to do that, and the reason why I like to do that, and what kinds of topics I choose to talk about, and why it's so important to do that. So the first thing, what I like to do that, I think that when you really when you really want to improve your English, what you really want to boost your English to the next level is something that is completely necessary. And the most of the time people want to reach a good, or a high English level. So I think that is something really important because, you can't do a lot of things. You can't to join, and in a group of people and practice your speaking. That is a good thing, you know. But it's like in the conversation when I have these kinds of conversation, sometimes it's really hard try to explain something that you want to talk. Sometimes for me during this meeting, I felt that it's not really easy try to tell something that I want to tell to them. So when you make this practice on a daily basis, for instance, right now I'm going to tell you what I like to do. It's a habit that I have. So having this kinds of conversation, I I had to do certain kinds of effort in order to find the appropriate words or the appropriate sentence, the appropriate uh, phrase to say in the moment that is necessary to say. And despite that, I am not really good. I don't have maybe I don't have the best speaking in the world because I understand that I I am still improving. I realize that, and this is the only way how I can get going improving my speaking. So that is the reason why it's important to do that. The topics that I try to choose is whatever topics. So today I choose this topic because I think it's something important that the people must to do. A student, someone who is starting his English journey, um, must to know about it. I think it's important having these kinds of practice on a daily basis. You know, and the more practice like this you have, the more confidence you are going to gain, and it's like you the same time that you are improving, um, you feel more comfortable. Obviously, this is going to help you in the future conversation. Sometimes I used to ask me why, in the conversation, sometimes my fluency is so good, but other Other times I felt like my speaking wasn't not so good, so it's a little of frustrations because I don't like to feel like that. So I believe these kinds of speeches really help me to improve it. um Finally, I would like to tell you, you know I would like to tell you why it's important, to have these kinds of practice on a daily basis. You know, as I said, I think when you try to explain something simple, it's so hard to explain. For instance, when someone asks you about a painting, imagine that you are in your house and something ask you that explain that picture or that painting that you had in your room. If you try to explain this painting, I you will notice that it's not easy. It's something really hard. The simple thing is so hard. So when you have these kinds of practice on a daily basis, maybe you go out of your house and you want to talk about this moment of your day. If you try to record your voice and telling and recording, and you try to tell yourself what you are doing, it's like a little bit uncomfortable. It's like it's not really easy, to try to find the right words, and that is what happened in a conversation that I used to have with people around the world. Some simple thing like what are you doing in the morning and what you want to do the rest of the day. Simple question like that is like I don't feel really fluent in the moment that I need to explain uh, what I did so now, what I did so far, and what I'm going to try to do after the meeting. That is a typical word, typical question that I need to answer it. So I realized because of this that is not simple. Having these kinds of speeches, having these kinds of recordings is so great because let me, to gain confidence, let me to be prepared for, to be ready for, question like that. So that is the reason why it's so important making these kinds of recordings on a daily basis, So I think that if you consider to become these kinds of speeches, these kinds of recordings, you know, and as a habit is a good thing because, um, in the future, when you face a real conversation, you will notice that you are going to, is easier to find certain kinds of words, certain kinds of vocabulary that maybe uh, you won't find is the more practice easier the more easier it's going to be to you, so I think that the fluency is something that's not happen overnight. It's something that you need to work, you know you need to work harder in order to find, in order to improve it, in order to boost your speaking. So with these kinds of practice, it's like you are going to approach to your speaking was a more effective way. So that is it, guys. That is what I wanted to tell you. I think it's important. Let me to know in the comments if you like this video. Let me to know in the comments if you want that I keep going doing content like this. So bye, guys. I hope to know about you later.